From the Associated Press, sperm whales, feeding even in the most remote reaches of Earth's oceans, have built up stunningly high levels of toxic and heavy metals, according to American scientists who say the findings spell danger not only for marine life, but for the millions of humans who depend on seafood. A newly released report found high levels of cadmium, aluminum, chromium, lead, silver, mercury, and titanium in tissue samples taken from nearly 1,000 whales over 5 years. From polar areas to equatorial waters, the whales ingested pollutants that may have been produced thousands of miles away. Biologist Roger Payne of Ocean Alliance, the research and conservation group that produced the report, said, quote, "These contaminants, I think, are threatening the human food supply. They certainly are threatening the whales and the other animals that live in the ocean." Payne called his group's $5 million project the most comprehensive report ever done on ocean pollutants. The researchers found mercury as high as 16 parts per million in the whales. Fish high in mercury, such as shark and swordfish, the types health experts warn children and pregnant women to avoid, typically have levels about 1 part per million. Payne said, quote, "The entire ocean life is just loaded with a series of contaminants, most of which have been released by human beings." He says that ultimately the contaminants could jeopardize seafood, a primary source of animal protein for 1 billion people. He said, quote, "You could make a fairly tight argument to say that it is the single greatest health threat that has ever faced the human species. I suspect this will shorten lives if it turns out that this is what's going on."